welcome back. We are gonna do curry today. We're gonna do a dairy-free curry. If you choose to do this recipe as a plant-based option, just go ahead and omit the chicken and follow the rest of the steps. I'm gonna have a few tips on the nutritional value of mushrooms, how to get some vitamin D into your mushrooms, and also how to store that extra tomato paste that we have in those little cans. Sometimes we end up putting it in the refrigerator for a while, don't know what to do with it, and it ends up going bad. So I'll show you a few little ways you can store that for a longer lasting storage. And we'll jump into how to make this recipe, a few different ways to layer it as well. So I hope you enjoy it. Go grab a spoon and let's eat. Start off by getting everything ready. Cut that onion in half and thin slice it. The thinner the slice, the more flavor this will help have for the curry. Once you're all done, set that off to the side in a little bowl. Then you can move on after you've washed the really juicy tomatoes. Slice those as well. Once they're all sliced, grab a bowl, set that off to the side along with your other ingredients. This next tip is for mushrooms and getting the most vitamin B out of them and vitamin D. You set them out to the sun for about half an hour before you start cutting them. This will really help to boost those vitamins. And mushrooms really help boost our immune system as well, and it helps to fight infections and even help to regulate the chronic fatigue that we might have. So once that's all set, you can move on to your garlic. When I'm doing more than 2 or 3 pieces of garlic, I like to put it in this little roller here. It helps take the skin off. Whoa, we lost a guy. It's all right. Then I like to cut the ends off, little dry butts of them. I just don't like biting into those pieces, so I take them out. Then use your handy dandy garlic press. I'll go ahead and link this tool in the description. It's been my favorite garlic press. Really easy to clean and just a lot of fun to roll. You just grab a spoon and a little bowl, and you didn't have to mince all of that with a knife. I know it can get tricky, so this garlic press definitely saves the day. The next little tip is for the leftover tomato paste you might have. Grab some wax paper, parchment paper, any little piece that you want. Whoa, windy day in Hawaii. Come back. So set 2 pieces about that size and whatever leftover tomato paste you have. Helps to stabilize with this crazy wind. Usually we'll put the tomato paste maybe in the refrigerator and forget about it, and then we usually end up having to throw it out after a while. So this is just a way to store it and put it in the freezer so that you can use it some other time without worrying about using it so fast or having to remember to take it out of the refrigerator. So just fold it over on each side. Make sure you don't have any gaps. And you're just going to twist it like a little piece of candy on each side. And there you go, you've just saved the last part of the tomato paste for some other time. Pop those in the freezer when you're all done. Alright, moving on to our Dutch oven here. A bit of olive oil. Make sure that when you do this, you have already warmed up your pot. It really helps with the flavors, making sure that oil sizzles. You stir it for a bit, a pinch or two of sea salt, kosher salt, whatever salt you'd like. Add in that minced garlic. Make sure those ingredients get to know each other. I like to add in the tomatoes at this point, especially if the oil's sort of dried out and you want to add in a little bit of that juice. Tomatoes have water naturally, so this will help add in that humidity without actually having to add water. A little more salt, add the flavor. I like to turn up the heat just a bit, make sure they start to caramelize. This pepper is an important tip. I'm adding it in especially because I'm going to be using turmeric today in my curry powder. Black pepper helps turmeric to be more bioavailable. Just pretty much it helps wake up the turmeric, so make sure to add in that pepper. I'm putting in loads of mushrooms. If you want to do a plant-based or more of a vegetarian curry, just add in extra mushrooms like I did. I like to do a spicier curry mix. But any curry mix that you enjoy is perfectly fine. I added in the chicken. Again, if you want to do plant-based, just omit this part. Next, I'm adding in a can of coconut milk. I'm doing a simple coconut milk. I find that this really helps all of the flavors to start to marinate and really get that flavor going. Go ahead and add the tomato paste at this point. It's important to do it once the coconut milk has already been added. It'll give the tomato paste somewhere to go and it can expand. My favorite thing to do is add a variety of frozen veggies. Really helps me to get a lot out of this one specific meal. We're gonna cover it, let it get all of those flavors, let it boil. About 10 minutes in, I like to taste it just to see where we're at. Now that I'm happy with it, I'm gonna add in a can of coconut milk that is full fat. I feel like the flavors really kick off this way. Same thing, give it a good mix. If you like spicy like I do, a little extra pepper flake never hurt anyone. If you don't, then just go ahead and omit this as well. I'm going to cover her up, give her some time. Let her cook for another 10-15 minutes. And there you go, you have some dairy-free coconut curry with loads of veggies. Enjoy! Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this curry video. Curry is the type of thing that only gets better with time. So if you make a big batch of this and you decide to portion some off for lunch tomorrow, or if you want to do sort of a meal prep with this, it only gets better the longer it kind of sits in its own flavor. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and link the tools that I used for this video down below. That way, if you found something to be interesting in the video or useful you think you might enjoy in your kitchen, you'll be able to find that link down below. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. If you liked this video, if you'd like to subscribe, we very much appreciate it. It kind of shows us what you'd like to see. And until the next time, we'll see you then. What things that you'd like to cut. It was going great until then. Okay. Roll it back. Tips and tips and tricks, tips and tricks, tips and tricks. A few tips and tricks. Okay, roll it back. I think we have something.